this time by the league-leading Phoenix Suns. Suns put up 140 points, 76 to 36 points in the paint, and they had 28 fast break points. The last road win for the Lakers was January 30th against Brooklyn. It's now 10 in a row. Big game.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix, as everyone has seen all year long, they're a well-oiled team, and they're without their leader. They're without, Chris Paul, and they still seem to flourish. The Lakers had a problem. Anytime they go small ball, they have a problem with bigs in the paint. They did again tonight. When Ayton just tore them up in the paint, Geeter, it was 76 points. I don't have my glasses. 76 points in the paint. Mm-hmm. And the Phoenix Suns had 36 assists. So that's how they play. You don't know who's going to score. You don't know who it's going to be. I mean, obviously they have a closer in Booker, but this kid right here just was in the paint as well as the rest of the team. So, I mean, we've talked about the Lakers' shortcomings to their blue in the face. Lack of defense, turning the ball over. And it was just another example of not just having any endurance. I mean, from the beginning to the end, Phoenix was ahead by a lot of points.
Their starting five, this is probably the best plus minus I've ever seen from a starting five. The lowest is 25, and the highest is plus 38. Mm-hmm. And so that lets you know what kind of unity they have as a team. And that's what it's going to take to win basketball games. Like James says, CP3 is out, but yet they don't miss a beat. They bring in guys that can replace the guys that are out. They move the basketball very well. And what they do is they exploit teams' weaknesses. At the beginning of the game, they set everything up for the shooter. So you'll go inside to Ayton. Next thing you know, okay, we're going to try to close off Ayton. Then their shooters got off. It was 1-3, 2-3, 5 threes next thing in the first quarter. So there's a situation where you got to understand sometimes small ball doesn't work. And then you have to switch it up. You can't stick with the same game plan. But I'm happy with the way they played in the second quarter. They came out with a little energy, but the first and third quarters is always they downfall.
Yeah, I don't think it's a huge surprise that Phoenix won. I mean, they're favored by 8.5. Lakers haven't won on the road in 6 weeks, like you just said.
Yeah, it was actually January 25th.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's been a while since they found success on the road. Phoenix is probably going to win 65 games this year. I mean, think about that. That's an amazing team. The surprise for me was how quickly it all fell apart for the Lakers. Giving up 48 points in that first quarter. That's the fourth highest points they've ever allowed in any quarter in their 74-year history. There you see the numbers right there. Really beat just about every which way you can beat. What we don't have here, great numbers, but also Ayton beat them down low. So Lakers giving up a lot of threes, lost 18 points in the three-point battle just in the first quarter alone. And James, like you alluded to, Ayton already off to a very good start in that first quarter. So lost, not surprising. How they lost, surprising.
In the pregame show, we talked about the team's ability to close. We said the Phoenix Suns are actually one of the great teams. We showed the list of all time in crunch time minutes. That's the final 5 minutes in a game when the game is being decided by 5 points or less. The Lakers, on the other hand, have played 40 close games this year. They're 18-22, one of the worst teams in the league. Tonight was not the case. The first quarter, the Phoenix Suns, we just showed those numbers, Brez. I'm going to add to them. 48 points in the first quarter. A 26-point lead. 17 fast break points, Rob, in the first quarter alone, and they scored 79 for the half. That's the most they've scored in any half this year, and it's the most the Lakers have given up.
And, for me, I think they came out to try to, make a statement because, if you're looking to be in this playing game, you better try to get out of this seat because we're the truth.
That's a great point.
Yeah, a lot of teams look at the Phoenix and says, last year was a fluke, but this Phoenix Suns team is a good team. Like James said, they're a well-oiled machine. They have everything you need when it comes to playing. They have guys who can play defense. And one of their best defensive players didn't play in Cam and CP3. And that lets you know how good this team is. With Tua, I know we got one of our best guys out, but this team just functions very well on the court. They're unselfish, and they just work well together. They look for each other like no other. They pass the ball. They had all their assists tonight. They had 9 turnovers. That's incredible ball movement.
Remember this Phoenix Suns team? Last year made it all the way to the finals, lost the Milwaukee Bucks. They haven't yet achieved any of their goals. They want to win a championship. Here they come this year. They're the best record in the league going away, yet still they don't get that same respect. I believe, James, they had a plan tonight. Everyone talks about LeBron, AD gets healthy. You don't want to face this Laker team. The Suns are looking at it going, do you guys want to win those 2 playing games? Because that's what you're going to have to do. And guess who you get? You get us. And that's what championship teams do. I mean, the Suns looked like that title contender tonight, without a doubt.
Absolutely. When you win a championship, when you taste that, you can't settle for anything else. When you get there and you don't win it and you taste what that's like, that's a lot of incentive right there. You want to smash. You know, you have really you're more dangerous than the team than the defending champions because you didn't get it and you want to send a message. Wasn't no fluke last year. We're here, and you know we're here seriously trying to win a championship. So when you're that focused, and the whole team is, and I'm sure Monty gives them great motivational speeches about what they achieved last year, but they came up short. So you can tell, man, Phoenix is serious. You know, they know what they almost were able to achieve last year, and they want that. They want to taste that. So that's what you're experiencing night in and night out. And Rob, and you're right, Geeter, they're sending messages not only to the Lakers, but you know, to everybody they're running into that they're out for the hunt.
And I think they're okay getting disrespect. I mean, you know, no one really mentions Monty this year as Coach of the Year, and they keep showing the MVP ladder. And that MVP ladder are the same names you always see. It's Jokic, it's Embiid, it's John Morant who snuck in there, it's Giannis, it's KD. Here's Devin Booker. Here's Devin Booker with the best team in the league. He's their closer. He's their best player. He has 30 through 3 quarters. I don't know. I think people overlook him.
Yeah, and the Lakers were just reminiscing before the game. You know, hey, we were up 2-1 on these guys in the first round last year when AD went down, lost the next 3 games. So, you know, let's not forget this Suns team has been undervalued, maybe even disrespected. That's definitely a possibility throughout the entire season. I remember when the season started, I think I had them at 3rd or 4th in the West. I was one of those people who was like,
I mocked you.
I need to see more. And we're seeing plenty this season. I mean, the last 4 or 5 months of the season, we have seen a lot to make you think the Suns are for real. If I was in Vegas right now, guys, I would put money on this team to win it all. Probably about 4-1 odds.
Fred loves that Vegas.
Yeah.
But
Really
this team has that look that they're going to be a champion.
But you know, the thing about when you look at this team, we all like sexy teams. There's nothing sexy about this team. Sure, Devin Booker's going to knock down some jumpers, but he's not one of these guys that knock down jumpers and make all the antics where people put their eyes on them. You know, Ayton just goes about his business, get points and paint, and they're a good defensive team. And we always talk about their offensive prowess, but if you watch them defensively, they're a lockdown team. They do what they're supposed to do. They got guys like Crowder. They got guys like CP3, and you got a shot blocker like Ayton that can really lock you down. So, and it hurts me to say this. You know this, right? It hurts me to say this. This is a good team, man. Yeah, and Bridges.
By the way, we just got word, Brian Bergen, our director, he's been here for 9 years, just fainted because all this beautiful Phoenix Suns talk. They have to get him up back. They have to get him back up into the chair because he cannot believe what's happening in this post-game show. And I said to Bergen today when we were watching the game in the first quarter, I looked at him and I said, all those years we took shots at you. We would heckle his Suns. They were down at the bottom of the standings. Every full screen we ever did when the Lakers were playing the lowly Suns, I would say, boy, he's enjoying